Focus on Southeast, a monthly program on issues and events impacting the campus of Southeast Missouri State University. I'm Dan Woods, General Manager of KRCU Public Radio. We're talking today with Southeast President Carlos Vargas, and we're going to be doing our year in review program, looking back at 2016 and the events impacting the campus. Dr. Vargas, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Dan. It's good to be here again.
So before we dive into our year in review, I want to get your comments on a couple of items, and then we'll do a complete look back at 2016 in the limited time that we have. As you know, there was an attack on the campus of The Ohio State University recently. 11 people were injured, and the attacker was killed by an Ohio State police officer. What kind of plans does Southeast have in place if something like that, God forbid, were to happen on our campus?
Well, the university actually has developed and practiced on multiple occasions emergency preparedness plan, and this has been done since the 1990s. We have a number of different actions that we have taken to address the potential events such as the one that you described at Ohio State. For example, in new faculty and staff orientations, training modules are introduced which outline our emergency preparedness plans and procedures, and anybody actually can see those training modules via the Moodle website at the university. So we certainly urge all faculty, staff, and students to review those modules. The key to pre-event planning is one of our priorities. What we do is we encourage people to take the ALICE training. The ALICE is an acronym that stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. It's a way to remind you of the kinds of actions that you need to take. And this interactive course provides participants with the tools that they need to decide their best survival options during a violent encounter, and such as an active shooter incident. So, and sessions for the ALICE training can actually be scheduled through training and development or by contacting directly DPS, the Department of Public Safety. We also have emergency plans and guidelines to assist with coping with most campus emergencies, including events such as active shooter, terrorism events, fire, natural disasters, severe weather, earthquakes, and so on. So we're trying to address every contingency. The campus has held building evacuation drills and has established an emergency operations center. We call it the EOC. And that center has all the necessary equipment to communicate with external world, including satellite telephones in event of landlines and cell phones that are not working. Our university police and the Department of Public Safety is fully staffed by licensed professional police officers, and it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's important for our listeners and our viewers to know. DPS operates 3 shifts and make sure that there's coverage for the whole 24-hour day, every 7 days a week. So we go through a number of these sections. We also have tabletop exercises. They're called tabletop exercises because you create a sort of mock scenarios, testing our processes and the response that our individuals give to those examples and those exercises. So we review our plan also regularly and hold debriefing sessions to improve our readiness. We incorporate into those actions information that comes from new developments, for example, the Ohio State case. So that just gives us an opportunity to review our plan and see whether we are prepared or not to address those situations like that. So, and then of course we have communication channels that we have put in place. We use text messaging on a regular basis when that's needed. We have network messaging. We can send messages to university computers directly, almost instantly. We have in our university homepage and the website, we have urgent alerts windows that pop up. My Southeast is the campus portal that can be accessed by all students, faculty, and staff. So that's the place where they can do it. We have outdoor warning and siren systems. We have indoor emergency announcement systems also. And direct ring red phones were in each floor of every academic building on campus. There is a telephone that is a direct ring emergency phone to contact directly DPS in case of an emergency. So, you know, it is very difficult to predict these events, as the Ohio State case has shown. Yeah. But we're increasingly developing programs that allow us to respond to them as effectively as possible.
Let's talk about the budget a little bit. As you know, Missouri will have a new governor in 2017, Eric Greitens. Mm-hmm. So let's first talk about what the state budget looks like right now, and then what do we think, or do we know with the new governor how the higher education budget will look like in 2017?
According to state officials, the year-to-date tax collections have actually increased, but they're doing so at a slower rate than they had hoped. So, and while Governor Nixon has already made a number of budget restrictions and to adjust for projected shortfalls, experts anticipate that others may be needed. So, it's the state of affairs with respect to the budget is not very clear. It's a little bit early to speculate what funding for higher education will look like in the coming fiscal year. We have certainly appreciated the leadership of Governor Nixon in working with us, with all the institutions of higher education across the state to fund higher education and to do so in a way that it makes it affordable and accessible to all in Missouri. And so we really at this point are looking forward to working closely with Governor Greitens and his office, and also with the legislature, both House and Senate leadership, and in the months ahead to figure out how we can best handle this coming year and the situation that you know, Missouri is experiencing. There's a lot of work being done right now to try to improve the economy at all levels. I go frequently to St. Louis and participate in meetings of the Chamber of Commerce, the Hawthorne Foundation, and where the conversation is how can we improve the outlook for the economy in the state, how can we promote development of new jobs, and higher education does play a role in that in terms of offering the kind of talent that is needed for attracting industries, not only from around the U.S. but also from around the world.
Well, I want to spend the rest of our time talking about the year in review, looking back at 2016. We have many items we can cover, and we'll just talk about as many as we have time for. I'd like to first ask you about the debate team. They had a pretty successful year in 2016.
Yes, they were very successful. We're very pleased. It just confirms that we have students that are of the highest caliber. They actually won the 2016 National Championship of the National Education Debate Association's National Debate Tournament, March 11 to 12, hosted by Fullerton College. It's again great recognition of our students and our faculty who work very closely with them to try to make sure that we put them in the best position to be successful.
And let's talk about, for the first time in 2 decades, I guess, we have a new sorority on campus.
Yes, that is also worth mentioning. You know, the Greek community on campus is very active. We're very happy with the fact that it's actually growing, and at this point we have a significant number of students at the university are part of the Greek life. So Alpha Phi is the new sorority that it has come to the campus, and we're very pleased to welcome them here.
And in 2016, your inauguration was held earlier this year. That was a big event for the entire campus and the community to celebrate.
Yes, that was an exciting opportunity that, as I mentioned at the time, in my view, was an opportunity to really highlight and celebrate the achievements of the university over the years. So it was a time that we took to reflect on what this institution has become and what it can become in the future too.
Let's talk a little about the Cape College Center, and there was some movement in that area in 2016 as well.
Yes, the Cape College Center, we actually signed, renewed a memorandum of understanding, extending the operating agreement for that center. We're working very closely and very well with the Three Rivers College, and also with Mineral Area Community College, and the Career and Technology Center, which is of course a place where the center is located. We're very excited. We are putting in renewed emphasis in marketing the center to make sure that people know about it. And we're continue to work out the details that have to do with running a smooth operation there, to make sure that our business processes are transparent to the students that are interested in coming in, because we have a number of different organizations actually be part or associated to the center, and we don't want the students to feel that that's a complicated issue or that they don't understand what's going on. So we're trying to make it as transparent to them as possible, and so we're promoting it. We're developing a marketing strategy. We're actually investing money already in doing that. And at the same time, we're working out the details. Just earlier this week, I met with a large group of people, the registrars and the admissions officers and the advising staff from every one of the institutions, to make sure that we work out all the details with respect to that. But that's a very nice and welcome development.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to continue our look back at 2016 and ask Dr. Vargas about his trip to Cuba. You're watching Focus on Southeast. We'll be right back.